Hey everybody, Shaun Stevenson here, author of the Throne series, and I am back today with another round of Christmas books for you. But these are all picture books and board books. And these are actually all picture books and board books that we have at our church in our preschool room. So these are ones that we like to keep on the shelf for the leaders that are in the preschool room at church to read to the kids during the Christmas season. So I thought I would share with you all the different Christmas books that we like to use. There's a lot of them here. Some of them are board books, like I said. Some are picture books. Some have some interactive elements. So first up, we've got Shh, Baby Jesus is Sleeping, written by Lisa Ton Bergen and illustrated by Laura Watkins. And this is a great little board book that tells the story of Jesus from that perspective of Shh, Baby Jesus is sleeping. And it talks about all the different animals too going to sleep. And so it's a really great one for kids who like animals and to point out the different ones and talk about the sounds they make. But then, shh, it's time to go to sleep because baby Jesus is about to go to sleep. This one has some great artwork. I really like the depictions of Jesus and Mary and Joseph. I think it's a lot of fun. And the kids always like this one. So it's a short little board book and it's really pretty well done. So I like this one a lot. This is from Waterbrook Press. Shh, Baby Jesus is Sleeping. The next one I have, I love this one. It's not necessarily got like a Christian message, so to speak, but it's just a fun book that's really interactive. And this one is from Tommy Nelson, and it is Coco's Cranky Christmas. This book makes me laugh so much. I love this book. This one is illustrated by Beth Hughes. And so this one is super interactive. It's another board book that's all about this dog named Coco, and Coco is cranky. And so you have to do all these different things to help cheer Coco up. Like you actually walk the book across the room. There's a part where you have to shake the book like a jingle bell or clap really loud. So many different parts of this book. The artwork is really cute. It's a really well done thing. You have to turn the book upside down at one point. So it's just a really fun, interactive book, Coco's Cranky Christmas. There's also a Valentine's one as well, where there's a cat that's introduced. So this is a great fun one from Tommy Nelson. The next one I have here is The Pine Tree Parable. And this is one of those stories that kind of takes the idea of the Christmas tree, the pine tree, and talks about the way that it can be an analogy for Jesus. And so I don't usually put this one in the preschool room. It's better for that kindergarten, first grade age who have a little more understanding of analogies than the younger preschool age kids do. But this one is The Pine Tree Parable, and this one is written by Liz Curtis Higgs. So that is The Pine Tree Parable. This one is a picture book, and it has really great illustrations and things in it that are just really colorful, fun to look at. So that is The Pine Tree Parable, and this one is put out by Tommy Nelson. The next one I have is kind of a similar book. This is The Legend of the Candy Cane. This is one of those ones, it's a really great read aloud book from up front where you can stand up at the Christmas Eve service and have the kids come forward and read a picture book to them. This one is similar to The Pine Tree Parable in that it takes the candy cane this time and is an analogy for how the candy cane is like what Jesus has done for us and how we celebrate that at Christmas time. So this one is put out by Zonder Kids, and that is The Legend of the Candy Cane. Another picture book that has just really beautiful artwork on the inside that's really fun to look through. So I really enjoy this one a lot. The next one is another one in that same exact series, and it is The Legend of the Christmas Tree, also from Zonder Kids. This one is written by Rick Osborne, and the other one is written by Lori Wahlberg. So, Lori Wahlberg. So this one is The Legend of the Christmas Tree, written by Rick Osborne, and it has that similar illustration style. It's a similar book that's an analogy of what Jesus is, how Jesus is like a Christmas tree, taking the imagery of a Christmas tree and using it to explain the story of Jesus. Like I said, this one is another great picture book that looks like I picked up from the Christian bookstore a long time ago. So that's kind of funny. But this one also has some great artwork in it. This one's another kind of read aloud to a whole group kind of book instead of more straight up for the 5-year-old crowd. They're going to get a little bored if you start reading this one. So this one's better for that older age group to read to them. Moving on to a few different board books, we have Joy to the World, a Christmas song. This is actually one I just got recently. I found it at Walmart, of all the places. And I really liked it because the artwork is so amazing with these snow winter animals. And it's literally just the lyrics of Joy to the World with all these beautiful, amazing pictures along with it. So this is a really fun one. It's easy to read to the kids, and the kids love all the different animals and things. So that is Joy to the World. The next one I have is another one of these Christmas songbooks, and this one is Silent Night, a Christmas song. And this one is illustrated by Sarah Gianassi, and it's a similar style. It has those winter scenes that are just really great, along with all the lyrics to Silent Night. So I like that there's only a few lyrics on each page because it just makes it so much easier to read to that younger preschool crowd, and they love looking at the pictures in this one. The next book I have is actually about the Magi, and this is The Christmas Quest. It's a board book. This is written by Janet Surrett and illustrated by Cesar Samaniego, and this is The Christmas Quest. And I really love this one because I really love the Magi part of the Christmas story. I think it's a lot of fun. And one of the things I always do whenever I'm looking at all these different Christmas books, I really like to tell the story that is laid out in the Bible, in Luke and Matthew. And so this one, for instance, tells the story because a lot of times the Magi kind of get thrown in with baby Jesus. And Jesus probably, when the Magi arrived, Jesus was probably more like 2 years old based on Matthew. So in this one, you can see baby Jesus here is more like a 2-year-old toddler Jesus, and I like that a lot. I love that there's also these camels that are in the book. I love camels. It's my favorite animal. And so this one is just a great one with awesome pictures. I really like, again, the depictions of Mary, Joseph, and Jesus and the Magi, depicting them as they would have been in history in that location in the world. So this is The Christmas Quest, another great board book. This one is put out by Broadman and Holman Kids. So that is The Christmas Quest. The next one I have is Tiny Blessings for a Merry Christmas. And this one is written by Amy Parker and illustrated by Sarah Walsh. And this one, I love the kind of patchwork look style of the artwork in this one. And this one doesn't really tell the Christmas story exactly. It's more about Christmas and family and coming together to celebrate with our loved ones. And I just thought this was a really fun story about the Christmas season, so for our kids to listen to. So that is Tiny Blessings for a Merry Christmas, and this one is put out by RP Kids. Okay, this next one is one of my favorite books to read to the preschool age at Christmas time, and that is Noisy Night. I love this book by Jill Roman Lord. I am a person who loves to celebrate. I love being excited about things. And so every time when I was a kid and we sang Silent Night, I was like, why do we have to be quiet? Why can't we be excited and have a party and be having fun and stuff? So this book is right up my alley. I love the artwork in this one again. And this one's another board book, and it's all about how it probably was not that quiet when Jesus was born, because if he was born near where all these animals stayed, there was probably a lot of animal noises, and this book takes you through all these different animals and the sounds that they make as they celebrated Jesus being born. And so it's fun for the kids to go along with the different animals and the people as they celebrate the birth of Jesus. And I love that it brings it into modern day as well to look at how we celebrate with songs and with parties and the ways that we celebrate Jesus being born. So this one is a great one. It is Noisy Night by Jill Roman Lord, put out by Broadman and Holman Kids. Another one from Broadman and Holman Kids. They just really know how to crank out these good Christmas books. This one is by Ellie Holcomb, and it is called Sounding Joy. And this one is a great one. I love the pinks and the blue art style on this. This one is all about joy at Christmas time. And it kind of blends in those snowy scenes with the kids and the animals and talking about what joy is and how we can celebrate joy because Jesus was born. So that is Sounding Joy by Ellie Holcomb. Another great Christmas board book edition for your preschool room. Next, I've got a few different kind of seek and find Christmas books. These are really fun. I love these sorts of books. I always loved Where's Waldo as a kid, and so I love these. So there is this one, which is kind of for the younger readers. Probably this is a little like toddler age, that 3-year-old, 4-year-old age. But this is called Seek and Find the First Christmas. And this is a lift the flap book. So this tells the whole story, and there's all these little flaps that you can lift and open to continue telling the story through what happens. So I really love the artwork in this. Again, I buy these because the artwork is so great and it just is so captivating. The kids really love opening all the flaps, so we take turns as the kids open flaps in our church. And so this one's another just great book. That's a lift the flap kids book, a board book. And this is put out by The Good Book for Children. And then they also have a couple different ones. This one is a Christmas one. They have some non-Christmas ones as well. This one's written by Sarah Parker, and it's Seek and Find, oh, it's a very glossy cover, The First Christmas. And so this is another Seek and Find type book, and this one is actually more like a traditional, let me see, best way to show you this. This is more like a traditional Where's Waldo kind of style, where there's all the pictures over here of things to find, and then you have to look through the picture to find them. I really like this one for the preschool age because it has a picture of what you're looking for instead of just words, so the kids can actually do it a little bit on their own once they get started on, oh, I look for these things in the picture. So this one is another one that goes through the whole story of the nativity, and it's great artwork, a lot of fun. And there's at the very front, there are some bonus things to find for kids who have maybe moved past the preschool age, maybe they're kindergarten, first grade, and they're ready for an extra challenge when they read this book. There's all these bonus things to find in each picture. So that is Seek and Find the First Christmas, and this one is also put out by The Good Book for Children. I love the large size of this. It's just a great book. Brodman and Holman Kids also put out a Seek and Find book, and this is One Big Story, Seek and Circle Christmas Stories. And what's awesome about this book is you can actually use a dry erase marker to write on it, and then it wipes right off. So this one, I bumped my nose. This one has a little more of a traditional Where's Waldo style. The pictures are a little busier than the other one, and it has a list of all the different things to find, but you can check mark them off with that dry erase marker that just wipes off the page once you're done. And so you kind of look through each one of these different scenes, finding the different things that are listed, and there's some bonus items you have to find that relate to the names of Jesus in each picture. So this one is another great one. I really love these books. I think they're so much fun to look through and just kind of discover all the things that are hidden in the picture. There's little funny things here and there too, but this is another great book. This is The Big Story Seek and Circle. The Big Story Seek and Circle Christmas Stories. So that one is put out by Brodman and Holman book. The next one, this is one of my favorite interactive Christmas books, and it comes in a whole box, and this is from the people who made a book called The Star from Afar, which is a kid's wooden nativity set, but this is the Christmas Story Egg, and I'm going to unbox it here for you in a second. But it comes with the kind of nesting egg as well as a Christmas book that explains each of the symbols that are on the nesting egg. So it comes with all these different eggs and the book, and it has a little activity in there for the kids to do as they kind of count down the days to Christmas. And let me open this up and show you what's inside. So we have the Christmas Story Egg book, written and illustrated by Natalie Ard, and this goes through the whole story of the different symbols, and it has on each of the eggs, it matches a picture that's in the book, and it talks about it in kind of a rhyming story, each of these different symbols. So that's a great picture book that goes along with the egg. You can read it along with it, or sometimes I like to just even use the egg and talk about each of the different symbols with the kids. So let me pull out the egg for you. So this is the Christmas Story Egg, and I'm actually going to open them all up so I can show you all the pieces. So we start off with the Christmas tree egg. That is the largest one, and this one, it talks about how the Christmas tree can be a symbol of the light of the world shining in the darkness, and that's how Jesus is the light of the world. And then it goes down to the next one is a picture of Santa Claus. I know some people don't always love doing Santa Claus and Jesus at Christmas time, but what the book does is it kind of takes the idea of Santa Claus and uses it as a symbol for giving and being giving generously, just like God gave Jesus. And then you have a snowman about how we are all unique creations of God. And then you have the candy cane, which is similar to that candy cane book. It kind of talks about how the candy cane is a symbol for Jesus. You know, turn it upside down, it's a J, all those sorts of things. And then you have, for the Christmas story, you have the little angel. There it is. And then inside the angel is the star. And then inside the star is little tiny baby Jesus. So this is a book I always think is a little more of a do with me kind of book than a let kids just kind of look through this book, especially at that preschool age. Some of the pieces like this one are very small. So I like to use it with the kids and show them it and then put it away. Older kids, I let them play with it and kind of look at all the pieces if they're in that like kindergarten and above age. But this is a great book, The Christmas Story Egg. You can get this from the Star Kids Company at www.starkidscompany.com. They're not sponsoring this video. I just love these books and I think they're great. They also have an Easter one as well. That is all the Christmas books that we have on our shelves in our preschool rooms at our church. I hope maybe you found one that you think would be great for your family or for your church or for a grandkid or a kid in your life, or even just you. I like to read some of these myself because like I said, I love the artwork. And sometimes when you read a preschool age book, it just kind of simplifies messages like having joy in just a great way that is easy to understand and easy to follow. So Merry Christmas. I hope you're having a great holiday season and enjoying all the fun things, and we'll see you next time. Keep reading. Bye.